This is African Crypto Warlord coming from sunny side Zambia. I hope you guys are doing well and having a good start to the weekend. We had a huge rip in volatility as we saw on higher term time frames. We could see things were getting to the absolute mean, and that means we have some big moves in way. So what we're going to do today is we're going to drop from the 21 day all the way down. So we're going to 21 day, 14 day, 7 day, 5 day, 3 day, 24 hour and 12 hour, 6 hour, 3 hour and 90 minutes, and then we'll come in and we'll drop in. This is currently the 1 minute. What we will observe is a 6 hour cone, which I displayed in the previous stream, and as we can see, it definitely played into its certain level. So what I'm looking at over here is a little bit of continuation on the 1 minute. Let's see how long we have. We have 18 seconds. We will see. There you go. Cool. Now let's shuffle up. Alright, you're gonna have to bear with the internet. If you can sit this out, this is gonna be good. Okay, contraction. So on the 5 minute we're still confused. 15 minute. Oh my word. 15 minutes still confused. Mean reversion. Easy peasy. Let's go put on a VRE level, seeing as we have a daily higher up here somewhere. Y'all gonna have to sit this out. Okay, so there's a daily over here at 3476 and a weekly mean at 3559. So your general rip from this region is to at least come touch your previous daily. You can fail here and continuate to the downside. This is starting to lose steam. As we can see, we're starting to break through our outlier and we haven't been able to hold this candle. So you need to look for positive drift as we start to shuffle up to see if that 5 minute can pull through. Okay, returns are starting to decay. A little bit of expansion. I need to reset that. A little bit of expansion was positively correlated. Sloppy though. Mean reversion here on the 30 minute. That sort of does support the 5 minute coming in. Some guys getting scalps in. We are starting to fall back into our trend, which is pretty much on the mean right here. So this will be a very interesting place. We can market for later on. You could say on the 45 minute. So we're looking to see what can get us to this daily mean at 3476. And see where the bad div is. So we have 45 minute bull, which matches up with our 30 minute, which matches up with our current 5 minute before it closes. Those guys are looking bullish from this dip. 90 minute, I like 90 minutes, so we need to see 90 minute Shannon Entropy though is usually my go-to goal over here, and she's gonna tell me in order for this to be a little bit of a fake out, my Pearson correlation needs to print down here by the time this video will be posted. Turn around, wait 90 minutes through the mean with expansion. And in that moment, we should have a new trend coming in. We've lost our blue flashes here. That's generally the trade to start looking for a long. Then we're going to put it on the 3 hour. 3 hour is looking like it's hit its outlier event. It's significantly positively correlated whilst volatility is expanding. So that's going to definitely help rip it up from here. This is the weekend, so I'm going to be very vigilant and look for things that can still push us down drastically. Considering we had this big ass wick, 6 hours looking good, contraction positively correlated, and it's lost its trend to the downside here. So contraction positively correlated. This is the first time we've seen some negative drift. So for another, I would say by 6 hours before daily open or daily close, we should see some resolution on the 6 hour with regards to a cleaner signal to see if we get denied here, which would match up with the mean. Alright, denied up here and continue it down, or vice versa. You can break through the mean and then try the next whole 6 hour candle to base it off of here, and then look for returns to be continuating to the upside. But there's still negative drift, which means that this is going to take a little bit longer for resolution. 12 hour is confirming that it's still in dump mode, right? Our super scalp has come through first, whilst expansion and in the trend and still significantly negatively correlated. We haven't lost our blue flash, given that this is the first 12 hour candle close after this big volatility range here. So 24-hour also looking like it's wanting to mean revert to the downside, but furthermore, this has hit its outlier points. Returns are starting to decay. We've had our blue flash. There's our blue flash showing over here on our right hand side. What we can see there is at this current price on the 24-hour is a bottoming point, or the limits of percentage returns. So we wait for them to flash out. Okay, 3-day. So our mid to higher term time frames are looking bearish, but our lower term time frames are looking bullish. So there's something setting up for the weekend here. Contraction positively correlated, that's adding our float up now on our 3-day, which can help it, as we saw yesterday for this big pump. That's what was lining up, is contraction, all of this, and that's what helped lift it up easy peasy all the way up here on the 5-day. Mean reversion coming through on our 5-day, while still expanding to the downside and in our trend. So 1 day in 17 hours, we will look for this trend to start to decay or increase exponentially. Okay, so either starts to put a little doji in here and go back up, or she's rushing down to our previous lows. Easy. Okay, so that's what we'll monitor there on the 5-day. I like the 5-day. We were watching the 5-day through this whole section over here. 7-day does have an opportunity contraction, so the 7-day is our float. So 5-day and 7-day are going to line up on a close on Sunday. We're currently in our trend down here to the downside, right? Returns are negative. We haven't had our flashes either which side for a long side now. So 7-day is looking a little bit untrustworthy for me to trade. 14 days what we're monitoring yesterday, and that was pretty much the only time frame on the higher term time frames that was bearish. So we did observe that. We said we'd come in and we'd pull back to one of our ultimate power mean levels here, and we've actually started to close below. So in the next 1 day and 17 hours, so the 3-day, the 5-day, and the 14-day all close tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. And from there we will have a lot cleaner signals come through the book. So to expect a little bit of a doji up to this 3406 by the end of the weekend is generally what I'm going to expect, right? And that's still a failure point below where we're looking at on our 1 minutes, for our 1 minute to our 6-hour time frame to come in and pull in here, right? So we have enough time to still get in here, and with that, this data becomes a lot easier for continuation to happen. So there's downside in the trend currently, but this is because we've had big candles to the downside, so we don't want to get too flummoxed over here. And then we want to get our 21-day, some more downside coming in. So the 21-day is an awesome print. So as you can see on the 21-day, we're still in doji mode, okay? And over here we're in our trend to the downside, but we're hitting limits over here. So as much as it's dumped on a 21-day, we're starting to hit limits, and now this red cloud is going to want to mean revert back into this mean, and when that happens, that tells you decays are returning, so the down candles get smaller and smaller in size. Okay, so that's why I haven't been too stressed with regards to this range currently breaking throughs, because I could see that on our 5-day my returns were decaying, so I knew that there's an opportunity for a longer term bullish div to be set up here. Okay, so I hope that is quite helpful. That's the general idea. What we'll be looking for is pretty much to be playing with our daily means. I'm going to go put up our 6-hour cone, so if you guys are willing to sit this one out, PB2, VRE off, and then I need to put on this wide, make it wide. We'll actually turn the UMP off for now, make it wide, put our data back to where it should be. So this is like our general like setup of the cones. By the way, you can move that stuff, and I think it's extra one more. Cool, now we're on the money. So what we can see here is we pretty much blasted through. On the 25th of August, after the video posted, we were lucky enough to experience a 6-hour flash through our volatility points, right? So that told me that volatility was at 0. So currently this is our mean reversion point in our distribution cone. So as much as this price action looks random, as you can see, how I generally play these is I will wait for this thing and I'll see which cone it hits first. From there, if it hits the top side first, then I know that we're going to have a lot more downside. But if it's the bottom side first and then goes through random distribution, I know that the general trend, until stated otherwise to me in this distribution cone, is until the next 6 hour flashes line up, the next 6 hour flashes should print a little higher than this one. And now that's pretty much the candles will close. I'm saying it could be a fraction higher, or it could be 100,000 million gazillion dollars higher. Who knows? It's crypto, right? But that's my general observation, and I've been playing this now for 6 years. So things always like to revert back to the mean. That is a very important point in my eyes, is this candle and how big the open and close is. So if we wanted to get very technical about this, actually no, I won't do that here. I'll save that for another time. But here's your midway point of the blue box I was going to draw, 3481. Okay, so any failure from in this region, I don't see it will be a long-term effect. So if a pullback should be in order, given that we've had big ones to the upside, we should have a pullback in order. 21-day supports that, 14-day and 5-day, and I think it's the 3-day. They're all closed tomorrow, so we're gonna have a whole bunch new prints. I might even see if I can catch them and record them. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope this was informative. So these are just our current targets. 3311. If you close below there, you look for continuation down to 3325. That more than likely said in your bull div for higher term time frames. Then our immediate upside in the cone is 3394. Our mean reversion point is pretty much where we're looking for failure or continuation into a longer term trend, which can either, this would be the point where you'll more than likely find that the 21-day will get either mean reverted to the upside for continuation, or get denied mean reversion, and then put in a bearish div on a longer term time frame. So that will set us out till the end of the year in these low ranges, 30 cents down to, I'd say, 15 cents, just because of negative drift. So that's generally what I'll be looking at this mean at, 0.3480 for my 21-day, until my next 6 hour flashes flash again. So this is my distribution cone, and I hope you guys, well, Alpha Trading's distribution cone, I hope you guys have a good day further. Please do like and subscribe if you find that this is helpful. There are some stats and probabilities as to when each of these bands, each time candles hit these bands, what the likeliness is of it pulling back into the mean. Okay, so I'll get onto those. I'll make sure I'll dial them in for you. Have a good day further. Ciao, Bella.